Johnny Scovey, you know what? I think I may take you over somewhere else. I'm Johnny Scovey, and this is Chasing the Heat. I think we're going to chase the heat here. Yeah, it's a little bit more friendly with the light, I suppose. So, I hope we're all doing good. This is a special day today. The love of my life, her name is Bree. She lives in Australia. And her daughter, one of her daughters' name is Mia. And it's Mia's birthday today. So happy birthday, Mia. I already sang her happy birthday today, or I would do it here in front of all of you, but I wouldn't want to do that. I just got back from a wonderful lunch I had with Chad and Harmony Matthews. Wonderful people. Had a really nice lunch with them. So who do we got here? A few people hanging out. It's a gorgeous day here. Every day I love this state more, it seems like. I'm really digging Arizona. It is 64 degrees right now. Absolutely beautiful out. Rob Crane, good to see you. Connecticut. Good to see you. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. Yo. There's the line right there. If I was a vampire, I'd cross over here and melt. So, this is a pretty cool place I live. I tell people sometimes all of the Looney Tune characters, all of them, are in the backyard sometimes. Well, not at the exact same times, but you'll see coyotes and roadrunners and rabbits. You know what? Wait a minute. I got something stuck in my arm. You know what it is? It's stupid prickers from that. Dude, I ate 5 pods earlier. Got a little cramps. That'll happen, Paul. It's a lot of pods, man. Here's the deal. I don't care if it's just 5 jalapenos. 5 peppers is a lot. Goblin. Crazy, even on live streams. I can't watch without opening a new browser that isn't logged in. Stupid YouTube and blocker policies. Well, you know what? I got one here too. Why do I have prickers all over me? I hate. See, here's the only problem with this state. Every single plant in this state has got a sticker, a burr, a needle, something. It's a drag. Balaki, good to see you, Johnny, and the rest of the crew. Paul from Linda. 5 paws from Linda. There you go. Blink Music, we need a Johnny Tommy Tad video. We sure do. Also looking forward to Super Hot. What's your role in the show? Just curious. You'd make a good host. Blink Music. Good to see you. Doc, good to see you. My role in the show, I know what I did, and I know basically what the story's about. I just don't know how they're going to. Here's the deal. The story's about the quest to find the hottest pepper in the world. And that's it. And I go on a quest to find the hottest peppers in the world. And basically, I'm telling you everything that you could surmise if you just read the. So if anybody's watching this saying Johnny's giving away secrets, Johnny's not. What I'm doing is I'm telling you stuff that you could glean just from reading the synopsis from the show. But basically, I go on a road trip around the country to find the hottest peppers. Along the way, some interesting things happen. A bunch of different characters are introduced. Troy, the Mighty Mustache, Araya, Jimmy Pickles, Linda McNew. These are Tom Broom. Okay, So I go around the country and I find some very, very hot peppers. I invite them all to a big gathering called the Chase the Heat uh, Pepper Rodeo. And I have big banners from the show. I have 3 of them. I auction them off and do something. But I have these big banners, and it says Chase the Heat Pepper Rodeo, and that's where all the growers that I've met around the country on my journey, I invite them. They all come to this one spot where we have this rodeo. At this rodeo, some legal fire challenges are attempted to be broken from some very great people that you guys all know and love. Then I go to a place, a lab where they test SHU, and I bring all the powder from samples from people that submitted their powder, and I bring them to this one place. We get them submitted, and then I tell everybody what the hottest pepper of the season is. Bam, that's the show. There it is. That's essentially the show. And along the way, I said this in the previous video. If you watched the live stream earlier, Davey, my first live. Man, we've been waiting for you. About time, man. Thank you for being here. I said this in the live stream I did earlier today, but a lot of you, if you didn't watch the last live stream, this will be fun to tell you. But I'm a huge, giant fan of League of Fire. I sort of helped start League of Fire in the very first belt match years ago. First ever belt match. And I competed against Shahina Wasim at the Guilford Cheese and Chili Festival. Okay. And that was the first one. All right. I lost that. I did really well throughout the whole thing, like I always do. The very end is the last round is a speed round, and they bring a Tupperware thing of peppers, and she's very fast, and I'm not. I'm scared about choking to death. I am wicked in love with life, and I don't want to die. So I'm not good at eating stuff quick because I'm afraid I'm going to choke to death. Anyway, she beat me in the contest. So the second one, we had a rematch in Sacramento. A lot of people watched it. There was a rematch. That was a draw. We got to a place where if I ate one more pepper, I was going to puke everywhere. And she had enough, and we kind of tapped at the same time, and that was a draw. Not planned. So help me God, it was not planned. The third time we met was in Belgium. Johnny Jr. and I went over to the UK, spent some time in London, went to Newcastle upon Tyne, went to Belgium. But in Belgium, I had the third time I competed against her was the grudge match. And just like all the previous times, I do really well. Fine eating peppers. We get to the end, and she eats them really, really fast. And I'm just not that fast. Now, I've worked on my speed. I have. I've worked on my speed. It's just not my it isn't my strength. It just isn't. It's the way it is. So, but people have been saying for a long time, when are you going to have a rematch with Sheena? When are you going to have a rematch in Sheena? I think it's episode, was it 3 or 4? Let me see, what episode is it? Give me 1 second. Episode 5. Episode 5. This is what it says from the Hulu website for the synopsis for episode 5, season 1. The chili world is transfixed by an epic one-on-one chili eating throwdown between Johnny and Shahina. So, people have been saying, when are you going to have another meet with Shahina? Had it. Did it. It was very cool. It was very good. Here's the thing. I only saw it, all of it. I only saw it from my seat, from my eyeballs, from my camera point of view. I haven't seen it from how it's been shot from the directors with all the editing. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Please go down and smash the like button, says Balaki Richardson. Thank you for doing that. I'm only going to hang with you guys for a little bit. Maybe a half hour or so. For all of you guys, Day B, This is his first live stream. Very happy that you're here. I'm in Arizona too, loving the cold weather lately. Goblin, is this cold? It's perfect for me. The nights are chilly, the days are sunny and beautiful. It's just amazing. Mary guitarist. I'm really looking forward to Super Hot. It's fun. I'm looking forward to it too. This I got this in one of the scenes. I don't know where it's going to be, what episode, but I get that tattoo, which was sort of a fun. It was fun to shoot. You know why that was fun to shoot? Not going to lie. Here's why that was fun to shoot. They needled me for 4 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. When we were done, they said, "Who's paying?" I said, "Hulu's paying." It was the first tattoo I didn't pay for. It was pretty great. Man, something is sticking me in the arm. Wish I knew where it was. Something is sticking me. Everything wants to get you here, I swear to God. I had it in both arms, right here in both arms. Something got me, and I don't know where. I'm not even joking. I'm not even liking it. There it is. Something to drag. You know, you can get them out. I was told it works where you have hair. There's no hair there. You take Elmer's glue, coat it on. Then you take a paper towel and put it on top of the Elmer's glue and let it dry. Then you take the towel and you pull the towel off, and it pulls out. It doesn't pull out hair, but it pulls out anything that was stuck in your skin. Hopefully, the David F. Hello. You know what? I wonder if that's. It's probably not. It can't be. No way. I wonder if that's David F. Sorry about that. Man, I'm telling you, it's all over me. Something got me, and I hate that part. I can't imagine. I'd rather, if they said you have to live in the state or be a groundskeeper or move, I'd have to move. Can you imagine being like a landscaper in weather like this? Everything wants to stick you or poke you. Duct tape also works instead of Elmer's glue. Duct tape, huh? It's not a bad idea. I wonder if I have any duct tape. It's just a bummer because you can't see these things. I got them in the back of my leg one day. Tommy and I were right there on the other side of the pool. We were just doing some clearing some undercarriage, like shrubs and stuff. And man, first I was just kind of itching. It was like I was like scratching. I felt like I was itching. I didn't know what it was. And then when I realized what it was, my brother was, let me look at it. My brother repairs watches. It's a business he has. Vintage, amazing watches. And when he has these goggles he puts on, that the goggles come out to here. And you can look at, just what you think. So he took this and looked at the back of my leg. And I had, like, right the hinge where, man, every time I put my arm down, it's catching something. I'm bummed out right now. Where? There's one. Maybe that was one that was bothering me. It's red, like it's infected. It's been there for a while. Man, that's the only. Anyway, he picked stuff out of the back of my legs for. I am bummed out. It's everywhere right now. I hate this. Anyway, I just can't stand stuff sticking to me. Just be careful with cutting some plants in Arizona. The century plant is notorious for having a caustic goo. Hard skin burns. I don't have any caustic goo on me. I just have little. You know what it does? Here's the thing. You look at you see like every other place. You see a leaf that has some stuff like a little fur on it. That's just a little fur on it. Here, that little fur wants to hop on you and bury its way into you, and it sucks, man. It's the only drawback. It's the only drawback. That's not the only drawback. There's a few others. Like in the summertime, apparently, you can cook stuff on the sidewalk in the summertime. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to split my time up with here Australia. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, you know what? I am telling you, something has got. That was one right there. That sure was. Oh, there's another one right. You know, I wish I had some duct tape right now. I could do it on the. Man, all of a sudden they're everywhere. I don't know what happened. What did I touch? I didn't touch anything. I'm bummed out, you guys. You can make dashboard cookies in your car. You know what? When I was in Reno once, I was working in a phone room. Hated this phone room. Some of the phone gigs I had were fun. Some were hilarious. Some I have great stories from. But I hated this one. But this dude was going to cook a egg on his car. And what he did was he took tinfoil and made a little, with a little lip on the edge. So he had a little kind of a pan with made out of tinfoil, put a little butter in there, cracked an egg, and put it in there, and it cooked on there. It took a while, but after like 20 minutes, you look at it and it was starting to get white and cloudy. You're like, oh my god, it's cooking. So it can get hot there too, but dry heat really is different. But dry cold is different too. It's a very weird thing, dry cold. But the thing with dry heat, shade makes a huge difference when it's dry heat. Like if you're in the shade, the difference in the sun and the shade is like 15, 20 degrees. If it's really humid, go hide under a tree. It doesn't matter. It's in the air. It has nothing to do with the sun. It's in the air, man, when it's humid. Utah is a dry cold. Yeah, I've done a bunch of skiing there. I spent a lot of time in Utah. Rub on some alcohol. What does that do? I'm bummed about it though. And the problem is they're so little you can't see them. They'd stand out and you could see them really easy. Like, there it is. And you pluck it, but you can't see them. So you got to feel it and you can't find them. So you start doing your normal thing. It's like, there it is again. It just sucks. 50 degrees feels like 30 on a dry cold. Hey, 50 degrees feels like 30. The wind chill is kind of a weird thing. I seem not like I don't mind cold weather. I grew up in the East Coast. Stops the itching. I got you. It's not so much itching, Rico. It's just that you touch it and it pokes you. Like, okay, it reminds you that there's some sticker in you. The last time it happened really bad. Tommy was picking stuff out of my legs for like a half hour, 45 minutes or so. Then I went to bed that night. I thought he got them all, right? Go to bed. The sheets touch you. Every time the sheets touch you, everywhere. It's like, okay, I'm just covered in these things, man. Drag. Nothing I can do about it now. This is great iced tea. Do you know that? Brisk. You're in New York? DJK Solo? It's kind of cool. I love New York. My love for New York is weird though because I used to live there. I was born there, but never want to go back. It's honest to God, when they say it's a nice place to visit, but you wouldn't want to live there. Whoever said that the first time, like it's perfect. It's a great place to visit, but man, you don't want to live there. Where you go to Australia? I'd like to go. I'm not a fan of planes. Rob, I've been to Sydney, Brisbane, Perth. Perth was a trip. Here's the thing: if you don't like planes, you're going to hate Australia because that is a long flight. It's from LAX to Sydney is 17 hours. That is a lot. Like, listen, man, I'm of the belief that nothing with a motor, should run for 17 hours straight without a break. And it doesn't matter if it's got a propeller on it, wheels, a turbo, a prop. It does, 17 hours, give it a break. Stop, pull over, land, chill it for a half hour, get a breather, and then take on. 17 hours, And it's weird because when you're on a plane that long, it's funny. If you travel domestically, if you get a plane within the U.S., it's like they treat you like cattle. It sucks. You are just a butt in a seat. Get your butt out of that seat so a new butt can get in that seat and then get off this plane so somebody else can get on. It's just they treat you. It's brutal. But when you travel, go to a different country, it's very, very different. In my experience, anyway, they treat you. They're much, much nicer to you. They really are. They're just way, way nicer to you. So, and I think the reason for that is, I mean, give you 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're on the plane for 17 hours. They better be nice to you because after about, like, seriously, after about 12 hours, people start going like, "You looking at me? Did you say something?" It's like you start. Everybody's short. So I said peanuts. I wanted peanuts, not crackers. Everybody's really on edge after 12 hours. So it's like they treat you really nicely because they want to make sure they maintain civility. But 17 hours is a really long flight. It wasn't so bad going to the Philippines. It was pretty much equally bad. Oh, there's one right there. See, I found one right there. I can't grab it. You know why? Because I have fingers, not zircon encrusted tweezers. Anyhow, I'll stop touching it. Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Ashley and Charlie, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in again. So, I don't mind long flights, actually, believe it or not. They aren't so bad. I wish I could sleep. Here's the problem. And I'm not a control freak. It's not like I'm worried about who's flying. I just can't. I have a hard time sleeping on planes, even long ones. It's a difficult thing for me to kind of relax enough to sleep. When I went to the New Zealand, it was a funny one. When I went to New Zealand, I get on the plane. Oh man, that is really bugging me. Where is that one? I gotta keep my arms like this, otherwise I touch something. I get on the plane and it's 3 rows. There's like 3 seats, 5 seats, and 3 seats. I think it was a very, very big plane. And I'm in the left hand side in the aisle. I look to my right and there's like nobody sitting. Oh no, excuse me. I was the very first seat in the middle section, and there's nobody next to me. I was like, I took a picture of it and uploaded it to social media at the time. I was like, stoked. I'm going to lay down on this plane and see if I can finally sleep on the plane. So as soon as the plane takes off, ding, you can now move about the cabin. This dude gets up, sits down on the end. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not going to lay down. So I was going to lay down, but that was, it wasn't going to happen. So I didn't. So I sat there the whole time. It's another really, really long flight. As the plane lands, we're getting ready to leave. And you got to remember, I'm sitting next to this guy for like 12, 13 hours, 14 hours, something like that. As we're getting ready to leave, he's like, hey, man, have a good time in New Zealand, Johnny. And I went, he looked at me and he smiled. I said, you know who I am? He goes, yeah, I watched the show. I'm like, why didn't you say something? He sat next to me for 12 hours. He didn't say a word. He was like, I want to bug you. I'm like, bug you? I'm sitting by myself on a plane. But I really enjoyed New Zealand. You feel like you're going to lose your mind. It's a long flight, Anik. It really is. And the first time I went to, was it the first time or the second? It was the second time I went to, it was the second time I went to the Philippines. I always get an aisle seat. Always, 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 because I don't like getting stuck between people. I just have a thing. That's bad enough to do a movie for an hour and a half, but 15 hours, nah, I can't do that. And I never ever have a problem with flight seats. I always get an aisle seat. That's the way it works. So I was at the airport, the international airport in L.A. or no, some California, and I was getting ready to take off on going to the Philippines. We're going to go Hong Kong first, and I don't know what possessed me. I'm like, it's going to make sure I have the right seat. So I walked. I don't know why. I should have kept my mouth shut. Maybe it would have been fine. I said, I just want to make sure I have the right seat. I give her my information. I said, what seat do I have? She gives me the seat number. I said, Is that an aisle seat? What is that? She goes, it's a friendship seat. I almost got arrested. I said, a what now? She goes, it's a friendship seat. I said, what's a friendship seat? She goes, you got a friend on one side and a friend on the other. How do you think that's funny? You think that's funny? Is that why you're working material on me? I'm stuck for 15 hours with two people I don't know, and you think that's funny? Oh, I was so upset. Anyway, I got on that plane and I don't move for like 15 hours or whatever. And I got man, I have got, this sucks. I got what they call a provoked blood clot. A provoked blood clot from sitting in one spot. So I had to take this blood thinner for like a year. Not even a year. I was supposed to take it for 6 months. And I had to go in and see the doctor all the time. It was really funny. There's a video somewhere. I'm like, they knew what I did. I'm like, it's not bad for me, right? I got them to say it wasn't bad for me. It was healthy. But anyway, it was a woman. And I said, listen, I got a problem. I got to fly to Australia. She goes, that's not a problem. It's a wonderful thing. I said, yeah, but I'm still taking those blood thinners. And it says that I'm not supposed to fly for 6 months. He goes, well, when is the trip? I said, like 4.5 months into the treatment. She goes, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't do it. I said, what should I do? She goes, I wouldn't go. I said, okay. She goes, have a good time. That's what she said. She goes, I wouldn't go. I said, okay. She goes, have a good time. And I went anyway. Flavin Jackson, good to see you. Nicholas Johnson, good to see you, man. Man, Ganosk. I know I say it wrong every time. Is it Ganosk? Ganosk? And G. There you go. Simple solution. You see that? Flamin' Jackson is here to tell everybody he loves each and every one of us. Even that dude right above him, father to the fatherless. Man, I gotta get some duck too. This is not good. Davey. Flamin' Jackson's awesome, man. I feel like I may have, one time I was married to my kid's mom. It was right before my oldest son was born. I was going through this phase where I was sleepwalking a lot. And I didn't know it. And this is how I found out. I had this dream one night. Like I would sleep with clothes. I don't sleep with pajamas on. I just don't. I can't. When I was a little kid, they put pajamas on me. I wake up naked. I can't sleep with pajamas. Just the way it is. I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's germane to the story. I had this dream. She was pregnant. Our son was born in September, and I don't remember what month this was, but she was really pregnant. And I had this dream that I was mowing the lawn, and it was just a wicked dream that I was mowing the lawn. And I was in the kitchen the next morning. I was making coffee, and I looked out, and my feet were really grass stained. Like I was walking around a lot. Like I was in my backyard. I was walking around in the middle of the night in my backyard sleeping, thinking I was mowing the lawn. So I told my kid's mom, like, I got a problem. She was sleeping pretty hard, And it was it was a scary thing because I didn't know. I made breakfast one morning and then went back to bed. So then when we got up in the morning, breakfast was made. I'm like, she's like, who did that? I'm like, I didn't do that. And I must have because she didn't. Our kids, he wasn't born yet. So it was me. But I don't remember doing that. So we tied a string from, I don't know, some appendage of hers, either an arm or a leg, I don't remember, but to my arm. And I was sleeping. I was running a truck company at the time. I had this dream. I was going to Walmart, and I was walking out of the house, and she pulled on my arm, and that's kind of what got me awake. And she goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing. I'm going to get something to drink," which is crazy because the bathroom was off to the different direction. I was headed to Walmart, man. No joke. But I haven't really slept since. But I feel like this is how I felt when I woke up after sleepwalking, thinking I was mowing the lawn. I feel like somehow I got them all over me. I haven't done anything, like at all. I. I. 'Can't. I. 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 Anik, is it cactus hairs, needles? It's everywhere, Anik. It's on my arms. Yeah, it's got my, yeah. That's what it is. And they're everywhere. It's like every single thing is furry. And it looks like fur, but it's not. It'll stick you. It could be on the table. No way. You see, now I don't want to touch the table. No, it can't be on the table. It can't be on the table. I can't believe that it could be on the table. Brian Montana. Love the trailer. Excited for the series. I am too, man. It's going to be fun. I hope everybody watches it. I hope you all like it. And I hope everybody wants a second season so they demand it. I'm not in Florida, Dan Denton. I'm in Tucson, Arizona. I used to live in Denton, Texas. Just trying to safeguard you, Davey. There you go. I appreciate that, Davey. But it is all over me. Both arms. Do you know? I didn't know this. Did you guys know that did you know that lemon trees have thorns on them? Did you guys know that? Or was I the only idiot who didn't know that? If you didn't know that, I'm not calling you an idiot. I am. I didn't know that. Apparently, they do. Dan, did I get the results for the second test yet? No, but I believe they either have it, they either got it at the end of last week or they're getting it this week. But I'll have them within a week. I'm looking forward to it. I have the first box in the house, but I've yet to open it. I don't know what it is. When they called and told me the results were done, I just said, "Hey, here's my address." Apparently, Anik. So they sent it to me. So. And if they don't know, if nobody knows what they're talking about. Dan is referring to the bottle of Last Dab Experience hot sauce, which was released and just shockingly not hot for a sauce that is supposed to be wicked, wicked, wicked hot, on account of how hot that pepper is. Only it wasn't really hot. And it wasn't really hot to me, and it wasn't really hot to a whole lot of other people. Probably people in this thread, it wasn't really hot to. So it was so not hot that after just reviewing it, that a couple of days later, I drank the remaining part of the bottle, and I was able to talk, and I drank it. I've done things like that before with sauce that was equally as hot as that sauce should have been, based on the numbers that were on the bottle, and it didn't make sense to me. Something was amiss. So I decided to send it to a lab to get tested. So I bought a bottle, sent it to the lab. It was broken in shipping. So I bought another bottle because they took forever for them to get a new bottle out. I didn't want to wait because I had initially intended on doing this on the 22nd of this month, which is the launch of the show. It is also National Hot Sauce Day. So I got they tested it, sent it to me. I have the results, but then I got it was what's his name? Victor. Almost said Verge. Victor sent me an email. He watches the show, and he's kind of a scientific type dude. And he said, regardless of the outcome, you probably should have more than one place tested. And I was like, huh. So I made a video and asked everybody's thoughts, and pretty much everybody said, yeah, it makes sense. Here's my thing. I know it's not hot. I know the numbers are going to be very, very low. I just know it. I'm telling you guys that. They know it already because they know it's their sauce. They know it. It's not as hot as anybody thinks it is. However, I believe they're going to be shockingly low. And I believe they're going to be low enough that with only one lab saying it, people won't believe it. That's what I believe in my heart. So Victor, was it Victor? It was Victor. Victor's email made sense. So now I have the advantage of having two different labs that will be giving me independent information. So, and here's the thing. This is really important. I'm just reading the numbers. That's all. Not doing anything nefarious. I can buy this, send it to the lab who's testing the sauce. I can tell them to do a reverse engineer, break this down, tell me what's in this. They'll do that for me. They'll charge me. Nothing secret about that. You can do it with any product. You can buy any product, send it to a lab, and have them test it. If it's a hot product, you can send it to a lab and have them test it for heat. That's it. So if I'm doing what anybody else could do on their own if they felt like it, and if you chose to do it, you'll probably get the same results that I'll be reading in a week or so. Anyhow, that's what that's all about. Baby, will I be coming to Nashville? I don't know. I can take the last train there. See what I did there? Hottest I ever had was Right Hand of Doom. It was horrible. Damn, that is a very, very hot sauce for sure. Swiss Vapor member with a bus pass for 6 months. Super hot 6 months. Keep on going. Just out of my just off my tolerance break. So honored to be on the bus. Besides the boat, this is my favorite bus, Swiss Vapor. You know what? Thank you, dude. I appreciate Swiss Vapor. You know what I'm thinking about doing? There's a few items I'm trying to kind of rush to have in the shop on johnnyscoville.com before the show airs on the 22nd. I already have a really cool shirt there, and on the shirt it says capsaicist. On the shirt it says sadist, giving pain, masochist, receiving pain, capsaicist, embracing pain. It's a shirt. It's a really cool shirt. So that's on there. But I'm thinking about getting a bumper sticker that says my other car is a bus. I think that'd be a really cool sticker to have on my laptop or something. Maybe on the back of my guitar. My other car is a bus. Has a ring to it. So I'm thinking about doing that. I'm predicting about 200 for the experience, says David F. Well, pretty. Here's the thing. I think I initially guessed 250 to 350 or 350 to 450. I just think it's really low. I just think it's going to be very low. I don't know. We'll find out. Angela Murphy. I need a pepper. It's really windy and very, very cold. Ooh. I found it. See, it's just where they come from. See, where did they come from? I don't know where. I don't know where they came from. It's like I've touched something and I haven't touched anything. You know, I started this video off by saying, man, I love Arizona. I hate Arizona. I don't. I love it. I just hate the fact that everything here wants to bum you out and ruin your day. Everything, whether it's alive or not. Dizzy Dragon. The issue is that even if it tests 100, if they dry 10 liters of, here's the bottom line, Dizzy Dragon. The sauce is not as hot as it should be. Period. If it was, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be getting it tested. I am not the only one. There are so many people going, it's not that hot. The bottom line, here's the issue is that it's not hot. And if it was $6 a bottle, I guess it wouldn't be an issue. But it's $28 a bottle. That's the issue. You know, it's 91% green peppers, but the sauce is red. That's the issue, right? It's a whole lot of issues, you know. There's a lot of issues. If the sauce was green and still piping hot, nobody would be doing tests on it. Nobody would be doing anything. Man, I am so bummed out. I got to go get some. I have to get some duct tape, some Elmer's glue, something. I am just not even close, Dan Denton. If you shave $1 million off that, you're still way, 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 way higher than it's going to be. Way higher. Love you guys, though. I'm going to go figure out a way to get all these awful sticklers out of me. Love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chasey. I'm being serious, Dan. You wait. I got to go get these out. I love you guys. See you guys soon.